live now.
Good morning. My name is Ross Contarino. I'm a business facilitator. I work for the Australian Industry Group, but we're contracted to do a project for the federal government called the Entrepreneurs Program. The Entrepreneurs Program is probably their flagship program for business assistance. It's been running for about 9 years now under several different names, but it's probably one of the more successful business programs the government has ever released. Something like about 11,000 businesses across Australia have received support through the program over the 9 years that it's been operating, and the satisfaction levels and happiness with the program is very high. Something like about satisfaction levels in the high 90%, and over 87% have said that they've either had an efficiency or a productivity gain by being part of the program. So it's obviously something that businesses take quite well. The main offering in the program is called the business evaluation. That's where one of our very talented business advisors does a deep dive investigation into that business. Really looks at all of the systems, the finances, everything about that business, its succession, all the things that are going on with it, and comes up with some ideas and recommendations for how that business can grow and improve. It normally says, well, look, these are the areas that you're doing quite well in, and here's a few areas where perhaps you could get a little bit better at. And to help you do that, there's up to $20,000 worth of match funding to help you implement whichever of those recommendations you think are going to be the best to grow your business. So that program runs very well. The business advisors are all highly talented business people in their own right. They understand how small to medium businesses operate, and they've been around for a long time. And people generally like the fact that you've got someone who is totally free, frank, and unbiased, coming in to look at their business and offer them some different ideas. So most people really think that that's a great idea. I think apart from the funding, just having another set of eyes looking at your business is probably the most benefit out of that program. Some of the other offerings, and one of the ones that I offer, is called the Supply Chain Facilitation Program. And that's where we approach some of the bigger businesses, the mining companies or manufacturing or whatnot, and say, who are the local firms that supply services to you, and would you like us to go out and see if we can assist those firms become better businesses? So we get the ideas from those bigger firms about the sorts of things that they're really after from their suppliers. You know, where are any bugbears? What are the things that would make life easier for them? And we come up with a list of areas that we call buyer requirements. Our then talented business advisors go and interview each of those businesses and just see where they sit against that list of buyer requirements and see if there are any gaps. So they do what's called a gap analysis. And if they can say, well, look, here's some areas where you're meeting their requirements really well. Here's a few areas where you could probably improve a little bit. Once again, here's some match funds to help you try to bridge that gap and make you a better supplier. And in that way, the bigger companies get really good services, the smaller companies get a bit of a leg up, so it's a win-win situation all round. That program's been running for a couple of years now, and lots of different firms around Australia have benefited from that supply chain work. One of the other areas that the program can delve into is if companies are looking to do particular research or development into new products or services within their companies, but they really don't have the ability in-house to be able to do that research. They have a great idea, but they really need to go out and get someone to help them to do that intricate research. So we have what we call innovation connections facilitators, and what they do is they match up those businesses with companies, with organisations like research organisations like universities or Commonwealth funded research agencies like CSIRO and others, to find the researcher within those organisations that best fits the work that that company wants to do. And then there's up to $50,000 that can be used on matching funds to get that researcher to come into your business and do that work that you really need done there. So that's a fantastic program. One of the other parts of that program is really about finding what sort of equipment or software you might need to make your business better. So that's called the Knowledge Connect group. So those people look at the sorts of things that you would like to put into your business and give you a free and frank and unbiased approach to what would be the best things to fit into your business, whether that's software, whether it's new equipment. Oftentimes, the sellers of these like to push their own particular products. By having the Knowledge Connect people they can do a really full and frank discussion with you to find the best things for your particular business. So that part of the program is, once again, a really helpful one. Further to that, if companies have a new piece of material or new piece of equipment that they have done all the research in and now want to try to get it into the market, another part of the program is called Accelerating Commercialisation, and that's where you can get up to $1 million in matching funds to try to get that new piece of equipment into the marketplace. Once again, great people working on that program. The Accelerating Commercialisation facilitators work very closely with the company to put up bids to try to get that funding to make those new products happen. So in a nutshell, it is a range of different services that the government offers, and it really is quite a great package. One of the other ones is if companies are growing very quickly. You'll find that companies that are growing very quickly often struggle and have issues with that growth. So we have another program called Growth Services, which is a mentoring program over a 2-year period that helps companies through that growth phase and also gives them some funding to be able to do the things that they need to do to try to meet the growth that they're happening. So the program is a really hands-on way of taking good Australian companies and turning them into great Australian companies. I highly recommend it. I think that there are a lot of offerings there, so you should look at them. If you want to look at them closer, you can Google the Entrepreneurs Program within the department's website, which is business.gov.au, or ring 13 28 46. That's 13 28 46, and you'll be guided through what's the best thing to help your business. I hope you get some great benefit out of this. Good morning and thank you.